Warning, this is not intended for one hater, but all haters. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters.
Call it my battleground. I'm on that center stage where suckers be talking that, but not to my face. Making major moves while them haters prove nothing no harder you shine. You know them haters come by the dozen. All them haters that be talking about us, they be hating on our grind, cause you know we coming up. We be spending all the time on these rhymes and the clubs. You can't steal my shine, cause I'm prime, never mind. Cause fame and fortune be the only notion for them haters. Do many years in the game, so you know I paid my dues. No need for the fame, I'm taking names, so I know. And when Moshe blows up, I'm emailing all them
Haters make me famous.
what the haters know about that Moshe music. Haters,
Haters make me famous.
I do this 25/8 pain and sweat on these tracks. Haters,
Haters. Haters make me famous.
I have no dinner table, my studio is the kitchen. Haters,
Haters make me famous.
I got a degree on my wall, so it says I know what I'm doing. Haters,
Haters.
I dust off them haters, and then I take a pause. It's a shame that this game got us all so involved. They flapping their jaws and they grinding their teeth. Everybody fighting for the microphone on my beats. See my and my word is all I have. Call me Tony Montana on this label that I have. Having anger towards everyone reaching success. Haters coming and I'll be their number one prospect. I work real hard, it gains some respect. 24 hours on the beats and the internet. We fighting like some dogs, showing flaws with no regrets. While we fighting for the same bone on this conquest. Man march occupies my mind frame. Yes, one man army with the heart of a terrorist. In my scope, I can see them haters running. No need to pull the trigger, cause I'm aiming for the sky, cousin.
Haters make me famous.
No need to lie my tracks, man, cause you know I'm the truth. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
Yeah, I'ma wipe off this out with the rag. So what? Haters.
Haters. Haters make me famous.
I'm a self-taught fool with knowledge. Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I don't give all y'all think. For real. Haters.
Haters.
I don't take them back seats, I take the front row. If you're on my team, then you're sitting next to me. So loyal to the game, like my wifey and she show. No, I'm headed for the top, so no need for these side shows. My mic blows truth while them fools make it up. My beats be my bullets, fully automatic, spitting blood. In their eyes, I can tell that they hate me while I'm blowing up on the internet. Faithfully, I got the upper hand, man. My fam got faith in me. I'm solid like a rock with my hip hop family. From the 425 through the streets of Miami, with them deuces up, man. I'm ready for the Grammys. My life be so sweet, yes it's sweet like some candy. So I smile at them haters that can't stand me. I'm a warrior when it comes to this shit. Haters name me famous at
Moshe music. Haters make me famous.
I've been out on these streets since I was 15 and still pushing. Haters,
Haters make me famous.
I'm a one-man army. Shit, huh? Haters,
Haters. Haters make me famous.
go ahead and Facebook your mama and cry. Haters,
Haters make me famous.
and remember haters, you made me famous.
Haters. 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 Haters.
Do you have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. This message is sponsored by DGS, the Degenerative Gambling Society, aka Cat Nation Live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Cat Nation Live, your Tuesday game day edition. What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Quiet crowd in here on this Mac Action Tuesday. What is going on? Sorry, technical difficulties this morning, and it did not want to let me turn on a camera. But nonetheless, we got it rolling. So, what is going on, everybody? Welcome. We're here. We're proud. We're ready to rock. We're ready to roll. Looking for a big day today. Jeff, what's going on? Henry, what's going on? Mr. Watson, what is going on? Extra quiet in here on this beautiful Tuesday. Bit my lip this morning. Or my cheek. Excuse me, not my lip, my cheek. Bit the inside of my cheek this morning. Matt, thanks for jumping on board. Personal plays for today. Mr. Engel, glad to have you on board for the FC Group's big college football game of the month, which, by the way, is posted. It is posted online. I believe they sent it live this morning. I thought it was going to be out yesterday, but I guess they decided to wait until this morning to see if they can get a better line, but apparently they did not. So it is posted. Just so you guys know, if you're on that Guaranteed Play Week package or buying it by itself, it is posted so you guys could go and get it and bet it before there's any line movement. Big soccer game yesterday was a win. Woo! Jeff, I had the over, which I was very thankful for. Got shafted on an NBA play. The only NBA game that I took yesterday, the over in the Suns game, over 209. Ended up with, 208, I think? We were right there. I bet it twice. I got it at 208 and 209, so I ended up myself getting one, ended up being okay, and the other was not. So no harm, no foul there. But yeah, was not bad. Was definitely not bad by any standards, that's for sure. But yeah, thank you Texans for putting that game over all by themselves, because we weren't getting nothing from Cooper Rush and the Cowgirls yesterday. Man, I gotta say, it happens. There's always wasted talent on, certain teams. Ronald, what's going on? My brother from another mother. Look at the Bengals. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. What wasted talent there. You've got, it's that way many places, not just there. But there's definitely some talent that deserve to be on programs that attempt to win. I think the Cowboys just got to be tanking at this point. They got to be. No development of Trey Lance, not even an attempt. And obviously, they're going to run back with Dak when he comes back, right? And it'll be Dak next season, which will probably be, Dak is Dak. Dak is Dak, and I think we've seen the greatness out of him. I don't think after injury, he's going to get any better. Best case scenario, Dak is what you've seen of his highlight reels in the past. I think is all you're going to see in the future. It's time you start developing something that can compete in the league. And obviously, what they have there now is not it. Rico running the ball. Come on now. Zeke running the ball. You got rid of Zeke a while ago. You got rid of Zeke. and didn't bring him back for a reason. You know, there's that saying, like, you know, what your grandfather says about, you know, when you're walking through the woods and you see the same damn tree twice, it means you're lost. You know, ex-girlfriends, ex-wives, ex-players. Now, there's teams that are able to make it work because they bring back players because they have other key players. You know, look at the Chiefs bringing back certain players every year. Look at the Dodgers bringing back certain players. Those are just rent-a-players. They're just bringing people back to rent when they need it the most. Right now, there's some teams that need it the most. And look what they got. Romo was better. Romo was definitely better. Romo was a leader around the team. The team actually entrusted Romo. I don't think they trust Dak. They trust him to make mistakes because he's going to make mistakes. Nick the Slick, what's going on? What's going on, Nick? And yeah, there's just some wasted talent and programs that definitely appear to be tanking. Les, what's going on, man? Thanks for jumping on board personal plays for today. I don't know if you're in the live show yet, but I see you just jumped on board for those. Jeff, what do I think about the Cavs and Celtics? I've got a free play on the daily free play video on that game. Be a good game. Fucking bit my cheek this morning. Hurt. Definitely hurts. Brian, by the way, NHL's posted. Brian and everybody that's on the NHL's posted for today. Those boys just delivering wins after wins after wins after wins after wins. But yeah, a lot of wasted talent in the NFL. A lot of people tanking. I think the Cowboys are trying to tank the best that they can, obviously. I mean, unfortunately for them, they're not tanking very good. They're 3-7, right? You've got 5 other teams that are 2-win teams. And believe it or not, Browns, Titans, Raiders, Giants, and Jags all just with 2 wins through week 11? Is that what we just finished? Yeah, week 11. My gosh. I wasn't expecting some of those teams to be 2-win teams at all. I mean, but then again, you look at the standings, the overall standings, right? You've got the Lions and the Chiefs both sitting at 9-1. You've got Buffalo, who's a 9-win team, 9-2 on the year. The Eagles 8-2, a win away from joining that club. The Steelers 8-2. Like, the beginning of the season, you did not expect the Steelers to be 8-2. And I mean, let's be honest, they're winning with Russell Wilson somehow, some way. The old man is getting the job done. And it may not always look pretty, but the Steelers are winning. And that's scary. They're sitting 8-2. Vikings 8-2. I mean, listen to the top 6. Lions, Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, Steelers, and the Vikings, with all having 8 wins or more through 11 weeks. And keep in mind, the Steelers and the Vikings are 8-2. They've only played 10 games. Well, but then again, Lions and the Chiefs, same thing. Jeff says, I picked the Cowboys not to go to the playoffs. That's like the safest bet you can make. Cowboys not to make the playoffs is like the safest bet. And then, I mean, look at 7 through 10. Actually, let's go down to 7 through 11. And we're just looking at straight records, right? 7 through 11, Chargers, Packers, Texans, Ravens, and the Commanders. I mean, you look at some of these records, and there's 1, 2, three, four teams that I did not, would have predicted to be anywhere near the top 10, top 11. Those being the Steelers, the Chargers, the Packers, and the Commanders. Commanders showed signs of it. Michael, good afternoon. And then you go to the bottom of the barrel, right? 32 teams. Let's just read off the last 24. How many of the last 24 did you not predict to be in the bottom barrel? I mean, pretty much all of them, right? You got the Panthers, the Cowboys, the Jets, the Patriots, the Browns, the Titans, the Raiders, the Giants, and the Jags. About the only one I did not expect to be bottom barrel was the Browns. I expected them to be middle of the pack. Maybe the Jags. I didn't expect the Jags to be just a 2-win team. Literally bottom of the barrel. 2-9. Poor. Seven weeks left before wild card. 7 weeks left before the wild card race, right? Man. It's kind of interesting when you start looking at teams that are on the outside looking in, right? When you start looking at like the playoff races right now, and you realize that the last team in the AFC right now would be the Broncos, right? 6-5. I mean, a game away would be the Colts. Here's the crazy thing. Bengals just 2 back, but unfortunately for them, it ain't like baseball where you're going to go play the same team 3 times, and if you sweep them, you bump 3 games, right? Can the Bengals make the playoffs? I mean, if they won 7 straight, I would imagine their end being 11-7. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine somebody like the Jets or the Bengals just winning out? Well, first of all, I can't imagine it. But, I mean, anything's possible. Look at the NFC. Last team in would be the Commanders. With the Rams, the Seahawks, the Niners, and the Buccaneers all... Never would have guessed that the Buccaneers and the Bears would have the same record after Week 11. Never would have guessed it. I think the Buccaneers are one of the better teams that does not show it in their record. What team surprised me the most as far as winning or losing? Winning-wise, I'm going to have to say the Steelers, flat out. Even with the quarterback change. And I still don't want to believe it. You know what I mean? I still have a hard time believing Russell Wilson was the savior of the Steelers. I mean, if you ask me, I don't think Russ is that impressive. He's made some great plays, but he's just to throw it up and hope, his big receiver comes down with it somehow. And they've had so many amazing breaks in their games in the last 5 games, right? But they're winning primarily because of their defense. So am I surprised by the Steelers' defense? No. I'm surprised by the outcome of the games that they've actually been able to accumulate win after win after win after win, They've had their moments. They've had their great moments, and you got to remember, it's not Russell Wilson that won him 5 games straight, because they pulled and they sat Justin Fields after he had a pretty decent game against the Raiders. Here, let me pop it up, if you remember correctly, because that was 5 games ago for him. I think it was 5. Yeah, 5 against the Raiders. I mean, he only went 14 of 24. He only completed, 14 passes, but he had 145 yards. But they got the job done rushing the ball. He ran the ball himself 11 times for 59 yards. He had 2 rushing touchdowns in that game. Harris had another rushing touchdown in that game. They put up points in that game. And they got the job done, and then boom, he got pulled. I don't think he was playing all that bad when, I don't think he's great. I don't think he was leading the team to greatness. He has a higher percentage of completion rate than Russell Wilson. Obviously, Russ is airing it out more and getting that ball down the field more, so his yards per game is way up. He's got more touchdowns, in the air. He definitely hasn't fumbled it as much. But he also hasn't ran the ball as much. Justin Fields in, the beginning of the season, through, week 7, he ran the ball 57 times, whereas in the last 4 weeks, Russell Wilson's ran it just 14 times, right? But you look at, completion ratio, Justin Fields was completing 66.3% versus 60.3% for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's 73 of 121, where Justin Fields was 106 of 160. Russ has already got more interceptions through 4 games than Justin Fields had through 7 weeks. Russell Wilson's averaging getting sacked more. He's getting sacked, been sacked 12 times through 4 games, whereas Justin Fields through 7 was sacked 16 times. So I'm not going to say Russell Wilson's playing any better. Yeah, he's got more deep passes than Justin Fields. I would assume that. I'd have to look at all the stats die hard, but the team that surprised me the most, Steelers. But they shouldn't be surprising because it's their defense that's getting the job done. It's not Russell Wilson. It wasn't Justin Fields. It's the Steelers' defense. Another team that shocks me, obviously Arizona. And you guys know I'm here. I was season ticket holder for years. They keep surprising me. They literally keep surprising me. As far as the shocker that surprises me that's losing, I'd have to say Tampa Bay being 4-6. Did not expect them to be 4-6. I definitely expected them to be better than mediocre. I would have put them probably, 7-3, 6-4, right up there with the top. But, the fact that they're sitting where they're sitting right now, and as injury plagued as they are, is a whole nother story. So, or the Chargers definitely threw a giant curveball, being 7-3. Sam Darnold hasn't shocked me one bit. I've been a Sam Darnold fan, being a USC Trojan lifelong fan. So he's just never had a supporting cast around him. He's never had quality players around him. Look at what goes on in New York. Look at the Jets. So I don't think Darnold will be in Minnesota after this year. I think this was a rebranding year. He's going to get fucking paid by somebody next season. Sam Darnold's going to get absolutely paid by somebody next season in the offseason. Which, good. He deserves it. Hopefully he goes to a good team that can let him shine. All right, moving into little college football action. We're going to talk about a couple of the games in college football. We get 3 today. We'll talk probably about 2 of them. And then we will... maybe we'll talk about all 3. Shift focus. Shift our focus. Not going to be live for too long. Going to be live for a little bit longer. Alrighty. So today, not only do we get 3 college football games, Akron and Kent State, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, Northern Illinois, Miami of Ohio, we've got a fun board of college basketball today. A fun board of college basketball that I'm really looking forward to. And one thing that I'm looking forward to, Craig Ingle, good morning. One thing that I'm really looking forward to in college basketball is when I get to start really breaking down these games for you guys. And you're going to see it start very shortly. I would imagine my super in-depth, quick little 5-minute breakdowns as teams get to that 5 to 7 game mark under their belt. I will have enough stuff to be able to do what I do for them for those breakdowns, and it just will all be more successful because of it. Teams are starting to hit that 5 to 7 game mark, or they'll be around 5. If they're not already at 5, they'll be at 5 by the end of the weekend. With today being Tuesday, we'll be there. We'll be there by the end of the weekend. So look for those breakdowns coming your way. Hey guys, I need a quick little break. My grandfather's been in the hospital. My mother just texted me to call her, so it's probably not a good update. So give me just a minute. I'm going to play the Haters Make Us Famous song, and I'll be right back. And we're going to jump into these breakdowns. But I do apologize, but give me just a minute.
Warning, this is not intended for one hater, but all haters. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters.
Call it my battleground. I'm on that center stage where suckers be talking that, but not to my face. Making major moves while them haters prove nothing no harder you shine. You know them haters come by the dozen. All them
right, we're back. Sorry about that. Do appreciate it. Just a little update. My grandfather's in the hospital, so my mother was calling to give me the update. Michael says, hit the thumbs up, guys. Haven't had a giveaway in a minute. Yeah, you guys are lacking on the in the giveaway department. We don't ask for much. We don't ask for much. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. All righty. So, moving into college football. But yeah, back to college basketball. Then we'll move it back into college football. Breakdown should be getting good and juicy in the next less than 1 week. Within 1 week, we'll be at that 5 to 7 games, and I'll be able to start picking and choosing where the stuff is available. Because, I mean, we're winning, and we're hammering college basketball, but when I have more information, and as the season progresses, things just get better. It's just the way that it is with really any sport, but specifically college basketball. I keep wanting to say college football because that's what's on my mind. Because the FC group is dropping their massive college football game of the month. If you were on their college basketball game of the month or the NBA game of the month last week, or the week before, you guys got massive wins. And the fact that they've got their college football game of the month today, fucking Mac Action college football game of the month from the FC group, this should be good. This should be good today. College football, let's take a look. We'll take a look at a couple of the games. I don't have much time. And online left, but we'll get through at least 2 games, and then we'll take a quick little gander through NBA and college basketball. Get you guys on a free play. And call it a merry day. Can you guys believe something? You know, the barbershop side, right? Off topic. Completely off topic. Today's Tuesday. Tuesday the 19th. Days are just like literally flying by us, right? Fucking next Thursday's Thanksgiving? Huh? Next Thursday is Thanksgiving? I gotta go get a fucking turkey? Huh? When did it become the holidays? I mean, I get it. We just had a Halloween and all that shit, and I know it's coming, but, like, wasn't it just NFL preseason week number 2, like, yesterday? Here we are getting into Thanksgiving next week. Because what happens after Thanksgiving? Bowl season, right? We'll get that week off of college football. We'll get that little lull, and then we start the bowl season. And bowl season's going to be great this year with the college football playoffs. It really is. I like fucking time flying. I got to worry about family coming in town. You know, I got family wanting to come in town for the holidays. I'm like, huh? What? You're coming to town? Why? Why? Like the most antisocial with the family. I love when they come to town, but it's like, Ma, Dad, you got to bring your motor home, you know? I need my house. I mean, I got a big enough house and a spare bedroom, but like it's the holidays. People want to come to town. What? No. I'm busy. I'm working. But yeah, bowl season. I mean, we just started yesterday. In our meeting yesterday, the bowl season was brought up. Like, hey, what are we doing for the bowl season? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, fuck, it's really here. Like, when we start talking about it and planning for it here in the office, you know it's here. And it'll be here like that because literally we're going to blink. We're going to get through this weekend. It'll be a great weekend. And next thing you know, next week is Thanksgiving week. So... Shit's just going flying by. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Yeah, he'll be 85 the week before my birthday in January. And he's getting up there. So it was just an update. I might go out to LA to go see him. We'll see. Waiting to hear from family, but from my mom. But I might drive out there just to see him. Just because you never know. You never know. It's funny. You guys get those ring alerts? Like one just went off for my neighborhood. Air raid siren. Anyone else hear that? I'm not going to say the area, but sounded like an air raid siren. Like, huh? I know we got air raid sirens. What the fuck we got air raid sirens for? I didn't hear anything. Yeah, they are testing them. You'll get it 2 times at 3 minutes each time. So I always reply to those stupid things with stupid comments, right? So here's my stupid reply. Prisoner on the loose. We don't have a jail. I mean, I guess the police station down the street from my house, right? Prisoner on the loose. He's getting a pizza at the Quick Trip gas station. Like, all right. College football, Akron and Kent State. Like, what do you do with this game? Like, what do you do with Akron and Kent State? They've played 20 games combined with 2 wins. With Akron being the 2 win. Can Kent State get the job done this week? Can Kent State get the job done this week? Y'all know they were catching 30.5 points last week, and we rode the Golden Flashes to a cover last week. We rode the Golden Flashes to a cover last week. Here they are at home against Akron, and they're catching 10.5 points this time. Last season, November 1st, Akron beat them in Akron, Ohio. They beat them 31-27. But it was a different Kent State team. Hold on, we got to do a timeout. We got to do a timeout on the Akron-Kent State because I got to address this comment from Daryl. This is a very important question. In fact, Daryl, this is such a good question. I'm going to pin your message at the top of the page. This is a Bravo Zulu to you because this comment is the comment of the day. Daryl says, hey, where are all those New York Jets backers that were in the chat back in September? Daryl, my hat's off to you, sir, for, yes, I did just get a cleanup yesterday. You can tell. My hat's off to you, sir, for recognizing what needs to be recognized and calling them out because they ain't anywhere around here. They're probably the guys lurking in the background that don't give you guys the thumbs up because they're pissed off, and it don't matter if they win a free package giveaway or not because their hearts are still in the dumps. So thank you, Daryl, to you for bringing this conversation to light because it's something I would like to talk about, and I am fucking guilty. I bet on them 2 times a year, or I bet them until they burn me 2 times a year. The first time, it's what started the demise of the Sunday play, right? We rode the Jets, and it was like they just bent us over backwards with no lubrication, and they just said, hey, gotcha. Gotcha. And then I took them on a personal play again because I didn't learn my lesson from the no lubing 2 weeks prior. It was almost like I had a blackout and forgot that they just royally gave it to us 2 weeks prior. And so I took them again. Like an idiot a couple weeks ago against the Cardinals. It's like, there's no way the Cardinals blow them out. Damn Jets. Jeff says my Cowboys are worse than the Jets. Hey, but at least you're here and at least you admit it, right? At least you admit it. Right, Daryl? I remember that comment. I do. All right, so back to Akron and Kent State. The Golden Flashes have not won a game. The Golden Flashes have not even been close to winning a game. I mean, they were close against Ball State. They were winning. I mean, they ended up losing 37-35, and they just fell short, right? They were close to notching a victory on the season. They lost to St. Francis of PA by 6. They just, no love Golden Flashes. If they're going to win, at all this season, it happens today. I don't want to say them not beating Buffalo next week, but let's be honest. On the road against Buffalo, who's already bowl eligible, they ain't beating Buffalo, all right? Buffalo going to be like another 30-point favorite against them. They're a 10.5-point dog at home today. They lost by, I think, 4 last season. Do I like it? No, I don't. I don't like anything about it. But it ain't like Akron playing any better. They do have 2 wins on the season, though, but they've lost 2 straight. They held tough with Buffalo. They ended up losing by 11, and they lost by a touchdown to Northern Illinois in their last game last week. Or excuse me, they lost by 13 last week. It's that California public school math. 29 minus 16, I decided to come up with 7 somehow. To be honest, it must have been dyslexic because I thought it was 19, not 16. But either way, it wouldn't have been much difference anyway. So that's California public school math. I ain't helping the cause here at all right? They do have 2 big wins. They beat up Eastern Michigan by 4, 25-21. And they beat Colgate of all teams 31-20 back on the 14th of September. They lost by a touchdown to Bowling Green. Can they cover 10.5 points? I don't know how you don't take Kent State today. I mean, Kent State's got to get a win sooner or later. I mean, it might be next season, but they're going to be live today at plus 300, plus 10.5. Akron's just not moving the ball that well. Kent State came out and they scored right away last week, and then it was all she wrote, right? The Golden Flashes last week went just 10 of 21 in the air for 93 yards. They ran the ball for not much. I mean, Thomas had 15 carries for 58 yards. Tomlinson had 5 carries for 23 yards. Their quarterback had 10 carries for 6 yards. I mean, I don't have much faith in the Golden Flashes, but you're going to give me 10.5 points at home against 2-10 Akron. Randall says you're overthinking it. Take Akron. Not a chance. Not a chance. They're both dumpster fires. You're going to call Kent State a dumpster fire. You got to call Akron a dumpster fire as well. I mean, they've got 2 wins, but we're talking about a win over Eastern Michigan by 4 in Colgate. Now, they hung strong with Northern Illinois last week. I mean, they were down at the half, 23-16? And they held them to just 6 points the entire second half. So that I like. But I mean, you look at their quarterback. He threw the ball 52 fucking times. He completed 19 passes. So show me on the stats where they're any better to where you should be laying 10.5 with Akron. He he completed 19 of 52 passes for a measly 205 yards on 52 attempts. That's not all that impressive. That's not all that impressive. Now, I mean, if you go back to the game against Buffalo, where he had 354 yards on 41 passing attempts and 4 passing touchdowns, it was solid. I don't mind taking a dog. Western Michigan, Central Michigan. This should be a fun game. This should be a fun game. But it's one where you look at the total and you go, why is it 56.5? I mean, I get it. When you look at stats and what they normally do against each other, there was 66 total points last year. So I can see why they instantly put it at 56.5. But then you go, okay, let's take a look at 3-7 Central Michigan. And let's dive into 5-5 Western Michigan. Like, okay, let's take a look at Western Michigan. What have they been able to do in their last 3 games? Last 3 games. Okay, they've got a couple high-scoring games, right? They do. They lost to Bowling Green. Bowling Green shut them down 31-13. Granted, they were on the road. Well, you know what? Western Michigan on the road again. Got to break that news to you. Then they lost to Northern Illinois 42-28. Okay, 70 points. They put up 28 themselves. They're laying 6.5 here. So if you're going to want it to go over 56.5, technically, I'm assuming you're going to need them to score 35 points or more in this game themselves. The game against game against Kent State, they smoked Kent State, but I mean, let's be honest, who hasn't smoked Kent State? They beat them 52-21. They had 38 first half points in that game, but only 14 in the third and fourth quarter combined. 7 each quarter against Kent State. Against Buffalo, yeah, they put up points against Buffalo. They have the ability to put up points. That they do. That they do. They can put up points. Wolf can put up points. Last week against Bowling Green, he went 24-32 for 195 yards, but he did have those 2 interceptions. If turnovers happen in in the red zone, the game goes under. But if turnovers happen down in their own side of the field, allowing other teams a better opportunity to put up points faster and easier, I think we could see over 56.5 in this game. When you look at Central Michigan, 3-7, the Chippewas. I mean, let's look at their last 3 games. I mean, you can look at what they've done all season, but let's look at their last 3 games because that's what they've done the most. I mean, their last 3 games, they've scored 30 points combined. They're averaging 10 points scored a game in the last 3 games. They lost to Toledo 37-10. They lost to Bowling Green 23-13. And they lost to Miami of Ohio 46-7. Here they are. They're only a 6.5 point dog at home. They are a 6.5 point dog at home. Last year, Western Michigan got the best of them, won by 10, 38-28. Definite lean towards the over in this one. I mean, there's going to be turnovers in this game. It's just a matter of where the turnovers happen. If the turnovers happen deep in their own zone, then yeah, we'll get a lot of points. Turnovers are happening in the red zone, 4th and goals, going for it and not making it, 4th and 1s on the other side of midfield and not making it. Those are going to be a big hindrance to the game not going over. Let's sprinkle a little on the money line. I'm assuming that was for Kent State. Speaking of this, if you took the money line on all 3 dogs today, all 3 dogs on the money line is a plus 2130. 3 dog Mac Action money line. Not that I think they're all going over, but like if you took the dogs, 3 dogs in the money line on all, it's a plus 11,069. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby there. It's kind of enticing almost. 3 dogs and 3 overs. Plus 11K. Might be worth a sprinkle of $100 for shits and giggles. Probably not, though. All right. As far as that game goes, as far as the total goes, I do like the first quarter over 12.5. I like that it's not 13.5 because we can get to 13 very easily. Field goal, touchdown, field goal. I can very easily see that happening. Western Michigan laying 1.5 in the first quarter. They're also minus 186 on the money line. I like Western Michigan money line in the first quarter, but I don't want to lay $1.86. Now, if that money line was to come down to 170-ish, around that range or less, you'd probably see me have a money line wager on it. But until that happens, I don't have anything on that game as far as the first quarter goes. Other than I'm going to bet the over 12.5, and I'm going to give it to you guys as a free play in the first quarter. But like yesterday, I think the 56.5 is high. I think when people actually, when they look at both teams, it's Mac Action Tuesday, they instantly think the over, right? And it's probably going to go over. But to be honest, I think it's too high. And logic says when you break down this game, it says the under. Logic. And logic doesn't always win you games. Does in some scenarios. But just because logic and the stats and trends say, yeah, this game is going to go under because Central Michigan ain't going to score diddly squat. And their defense is going to hold Western Michigan and keep it within a touchdown because that's what the odds makers say the line is at, right? So if they're going to keep it within a touchdown and Central Michigan only scores 21 points, that means the other team scores 28. You got a total of 49, right? Personally, I think the game somehow magically goes over, but that's me. But logic, when you look at the numbers, it screams under. I think when people start breaking it down later in the day after lunch, when the working people don't have time like us to sit here, in the afternoon and break down a game, when those diehard bettors start looking at it, if they haven't already, I think it screams under. So I personally think that a lot of people will start betting this game down and taking the under, which should drop the total from 56.5 down. I expect it to drop. I don't expect this total to rise at all. At all. If it moves at all, it should move down. And to be honest, 100% it should move down. How much down? I don't know. Just depends on the bettors and how much they drive it down. But I expect to see some huge under bets come in on this game for rightful reasons. So I'm going to be betting the first quarter over. I'm going to be betting the first quarter over. But I'm waiting to bet it. Because if the total drops, all the other ones should drop with it. And to be honest, this total should be a 10.5 or a 10 total, but it's college football, and they love to keep them at 12.5 or 13.5. I don't expect a 9.5. Maybe we'll get one with the juice. Maybe they'll juice it to minus 150, and then I'd be all over it. I think we get to 13 with ease, if not 14, in the first quarter. So I'm betting it. Time is on my side on this one. Game's not until 7:30 Eastern time, 1:15. We've got 6 hours before game time, and we'll be able to see very soon. So I'm going to put it in the comment section. I will be betting it, but I'll be betting it later. And I'll note that in the comments too. All right, there we go. Put it in the comment section. Free play. Western Michigan, Central Michigan, first quarter over 12.5. Note, this is what it says. Note, I expect the total to drop, so I'll be waiting to bet as I monitor the lines. Plain and simple. I'll keep an eye on the lines and the juice. If it starts trending in the upward direction, I'll bet it, but I don't think that'll happen. I think worst case scenario is it stays the same and that first quarter total doesn't move, but I honestly think the line on that total will come down. Personal opinion. Alrighty, moving to NBA. We get more NBA Cup group play today. I'm not a big fan of the group play stuff. I really am not. I really am not. By the way, FanDuel does have a Tuesday no sweat same game parlay between the Cavs and the Celtics and the OKC and the Spurs available. There's a 30% profit boost on any live NBA Cup bet. 1 second, trying to reset everything here on FanDuel. They've got a college basketball boost builder. Same game parlay on FanDuel for NHL, 25% profit boost. Nothing for college football and MAC action today, unfortunately. Less I wish it showed me because I'd call all them the ones that don't out. If I could see it, I would call them out. Sure would be nice, right? A great feature. I would love to do a giveaway. I'm going to be live literally for like less than 10 minutes. So, you know, they know what to do. Cavaliers and the Celtics. If you guys want to know what I'm on this one, you need to go watch the daily free play video. And the play that I put out, the line is going down. Not in your favor. The line is going not in your favor. So, if you haven't bet it, you probably should. Sooner rather than later. And that is in the Cavs and Celtics game. Just gandering at some of the group play. I'm not a big fan of some of this group play. The Hornets and the Nets, not a fan of that game. Now the Nuggets and the Grizzlies, I'm kind of liking that game, you know. I mean, I think it has the making to go under. Total sitting high at 227. I have this one should have been around like 215, 217 when I broke it down. So I like the under in this game. I don't know how much I like the under, but I do like the under. JJ, what's going on, man? Pelicans and the Mavs today. Mavericks laying 13 right now against the Pelicans. I like Dallas. They should, for all intents and purposes, cover the 13. I just think it's too many. I know the FC group, I was talking to one of their guys, and I know they like that game and they like the Mavericks, but I'm like, I think personally there's better opportunities to put my money than have to lay 13 and win by 14 or more on a team that just doesn't show me the ability to do that. OKC and the Spurs in this game, group play. Thunder laying 9.5 on the road. I'm not opposed to it. I know back in October, they got the job done. They won by, 12? But again, that game also one of the rare games that went under. I think there was 198 total points. Total on this one sitting at 222.5. Again, I think there might be some underplays in the NBA today. Jazz and the Lakers. I still have a hard time. Even though the Lakers have a winning record, they're 9-4 and the Jazz 3-10. I have a hard time wanting to lay 11 on the Lakers. And I mean, and I get it. I know they beat them back in, last year. They beat them, they smoked them the last time they played. Ronaldo, I agree. It's a Sly Fox. You don't have to give shit away. Make them buy some plays. Most are looking selfish and just want free shit. No, I mean, I get it. And I'm not giving away plays that are on my card. I'm just throwing thoughts out there in the NBA. But I haven't given out any of my personal plays today. That won't be happening, especially with, I don't know, how many likes are we at? Not enough, that's for sure. 30? Guys, they've been lacking for the last week. But again, members only live probably won't happen today. I probably will not be able to. I think I'm going to be out and not either at home or in the office. So members only live probably will not happen today. I have an appointment at 6 that lasts an hour, and then that won't get done until 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then I won't be home for shortly after that, so. JJ says, I'm not betting any teams with Dallas in it. Last night, the Stars, the Stars killed your 18 parlay. Oh, my God. That's always tough. I will say I'm very selective on the games that I'm putting out right now, especially in college basketball. You'll see a lot more college basketball out of me within 1 week because I get to my 5 to 7 games. Like prime example, Kentucky, they've only played 3. Lipscomb's played 5. Once Kentucky gets that 5 to 7 range, my breakdowns go 1,000 times more in depth. And I feel like we take 98% of the gamble out of it, and we're betting on stuff that we should be betting on. Ronaldo with the comment. Let them go to the dog show for thoughts where 9 different people are sending them 9 different ways. Hey, Ronaldo, I thought about bringing on a hot little brunette and let her throw everybody for a loop. And send them in the opposite directions, and then they'd really be screwed, right? LaShawn, what's up, man? Again, congrats to everybody that was on the soccer game of the week yesterday. Soccer game of the week was a nice big win by halftime. Before half, we were cashing on in the USA soccer game, USA and Jamaica over 2.5. And that line started at like minus 150 and it closed at plus money. The soccer just goes fucking crazy and end up being 4-2 final. 4-2 final, and but it was 3-0 at the half. Soccer was great yesterday. The FC group does have their college football game of the month today. If you guys are not already on it, it's on sale, $50. Those boys have been on fire with their last game of the months. They pulled their head out of their ass and got their shit back and been delivering big wins. So that's tonight, cut off at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's one of the games. We might have already talked about that game. I'm not going to tell you which game it is, but it's one of the 3 football games. Ronald, she's doing better. She's with her mom today. She kept her home one day just so that she just didn't have the full energy. So she'll go back to school tomorrow, but she's definitely on the road to doing better. Good morning, Alex. Henry says probably get a lot more thumbs up with a hot blonde. I know. I got the face for radio. I got the face for radio and the voice for fucking newspaper. You know? You guys are screwed with me. All right. So welcome to everybody that just joined us, but we're getting off live here. better late than never. There is a free play in the comment section with a disclaimer on it. There's a great daily free play in the NBA. And it's going to be a fun day today. So let's keep the big games winning and cashing. Because I know we need it. Because I know we need it. All right, folks. I am going to get out of here, get to my appointment. If you're on premium plays, they will be posted shortly. My personal plays probably need... I have them pretty much wrapped up. I just need to go double check one thing on a college basketball game, and then before I leave, I'll make sure they get to Jay so that way he can post them in a timely manner. So 10 to 20 minutes for all plays to be posted on the website. If you want another big winning day, get on board. I did tell Jay that I like what I'm putting out today, and I'm sweeping the fucking board. So I don't say it too often, but I think today's going to be a good day. Today is going to be a big one, so... good luck to everybody. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. Wager responsibly. Wager responsibly because shit does happen. You do lose from time to time. And shit happens. I mean, but people quitting betting on plays after Sunday, yet they went 6-1 with me. So, and I get it. You guys bet other plays as well. So, thank you, Henry. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and let's have some fun. Taco Tuesday today, so go do yourself a favor and eat some tacos. All right, guys, I'm out. Enjoy your day, and go get on the FC Group's college football game of the month.